Gentlemen and ladies of the press, it is with great pleasure we welcome you to this important press conference, through which we intend to assess the state of the country vis-a-vis the phenomenon of the coronavirus disease in Nigeria, and to interrogate whether or not the action of government at different levels in our country does not amount to self-induced economic suicide, which we term economicide. More properly speaking, it could even be said to be genocide. Why is the Nigerian government calling the coronavirus incidence in Nigeria a pandemic? On what basis of statistics is the government relying on to consider the manifestation of the phenomenon of COVID-19 in Nigeria an epidemic, and to continue on seemingly endless lockdowns? To what extent, if any at all, has the prolonged period of lockdown, whether partial, whether full, helped in the containment of coronavirus in Nigeria? How valid are the arguments of government and its apologists in proposing a fresh total lockdown of the country? These are some of the questions we intend to provide our responses to in the course of this press conference. Gentlemen, when you talk about lockdown in Nigeria, the observation of RAMINBA is that it's only lockdown in paper. It's more or less enforcement of stay away from work. That's what the experience has been. Even the interstate lockdown has become an open joke. You see, when bazaar on the toll gates, people travel about, the police have turned the highways into toll gates. People pay their way and go through. It's a joke. So when we talk about lockdowns, we want to situate it really in the reality of what it is. Even the different homes and communities, do people really actually stay isolated in their homes? No, they intermingle. But we go on. Is coronavirus an epidemic in Nigeria? By all dictionary meanings, a pandemic is an epidemic of an infectious disease that has spread across a large region, for instance, multiple continents or worldwide, affecting a substantial number of people. We have the view that coronavirus, with the reported 498,723 fatalities as of yesterday latest, and 9,962,000 people confirmed as affected cases in 114 countries. It stands to be called a pandemic, and we are relying on the WHO report, their coronavirus dashboard, their data. However, is it correct to say that the coronavirus is an epidemic in Nigeria? An epidemic is the rapid spread of disease to a large number of people in a given population within a short period of time. According to the statistics on the microsite of the National Center for Diseases Control in Nigeria, NCDC, out of 130,164 samples tested, there are only about 24,077 cases which are confirmed as infection, out of which only 14,294 are active cases. 865,000 have been discharged cases, and 558 deaths. has been recorded as at 11:26 a.m. Monday, the 29th of June 2020, that is today. These are the statistics they are giving us. These statistics raise a whole lot of questions. Why is just only 164 people in Nigeria tested so far out of 200 million population within the combined period of total and partial lockdown since March 2020? And those who have been confirmed, how are they treated? See, what treatment procedure are the 14,894 cases being subjected to in the absence of a vaccine globally? You will recall that there's been a lot of silence. It's like an abracadabra. The more you look, the less you see when it comes to the handling of coronavirus in Nigeria. That is the truth. What vaccines have been used? If it's not a vaccine, what medicine were used? If it is not medicine, if you say you are just managed, what management therapy that was used? The only person who had come out publicly to speak was Dopesi. And in Islam, they said, well, we've been exposed to mostly malaria drugs. And the people say, don't talk about it, don't talk about it. Why this hush-hush about coronavirus treatment and handling by the medical system of Nigeria? Why the hush? Then, where are the 8,620 people that are said to have been discharged? Where are they? Can they be traced? What measures are the government, or is the government taking to making a tab on these 8,625 people? Then finally, what is responsible for the death of 558 cases? Is it absence of a permanent cure or absence of treatment facilities? And then, more importantly, can it really be said scientifically, medically, that all these 558 people died of coronavirus? Because there's the latest story that, look at this example, Chief Judge of Kogi State died in coronavirus center, isolation center. Not died of, died in. It's not just a matter of English language or semantics. And there have been hearing reports all over that when you go to hospital now, you are treated, you'll be labeled as a coronavirus candidate patient. And I bring to mind what happened in DR Congo about 2 weeks ago, when a prominent Nobel Award winner resigned, a medical doctor. He said we have been given instruction by government to label every patient as coronavirus. It has happened in DR Congo. Well, DR Congo is in Africa, Nigeria is in Africa, and you can put them two together. These are questions begging for answers from government at different levels in Nigeria. So remember that we are 200 million people. If as of today, 550 people have been claimed to have died of coronavirus. As of today, 4 months after it has manifested in Nigeria. Let us say clearly here that we believe that coronavirus is real in Nigeria. It's real. We are not dismissing it and we are not discountenancing it. We are not calling it a sham. We are not calling it a sham by any means. It's real. But how deadly, how widespread, I'm talking of fatality, of the consequences of infection. However, in the middle of the lockdown, the federal government cut healthcare budget by 43% to 25.6 billion naira. And this is a government that is talking about the evils and the scourge of coronavirus. Yet, they reduce healthcare budget by 43% in the heat of coronavirus. Who is deceiving who? Nigeria health sector, despite the hoop about epidemic and prolonged or scientific lockdown, remains comatose, with only Ethiopia having fewer hospital beds per capita than Nigeria in the whole of Africa. The most recent data from the World Health Organization puts the number of hospital beds in Nigeria at only 5 per 10,000 people in Nigeria. Not one coronavirus specialist hospital has been built from scratch from anywhere, whether from Sky, from anywhere. Not one coronavirus specialist hospital has been built, nor has there been a conversion from already existing facility to a specialist hospital since the lockdown. This is despite 500 billion naira claimed to have been spent thus far on the treatment of coronavirus in Nigeria. 2.6 million households, to which 11 million persons from the National Social Register as eligible. But it aims to increase this to 3.6 million households in the coming weeks. With about 90 million people, roughly half of Nigeria's population, living in extreme poverty. That is data from World Data Labs Poverty Club. Many are likely to miss out from this promised handout from government. Nigeria has overtaken India on the World Poverty Club as the biggest population in the world, earning itself the noble sobriquet of poverty capital of the world, with roughly 80% of the population living on less than $1 a day. It's also been said that the budget 3.4 billion naira for school feeding. There's nothing to. In fact, I think 34 billion, not 3.4, 34 billion for school feeding. Even when people are out of school, they've claimed they have spent as much as 34 billion. It's surprising to many Nigerians because they don't even see it. And the practicality of even going to people's homes to be distributing food is laughable. And it's seen that the government is even sensitive and taking the people for granted. Moreover, it is clear how Nigeria without bank accounts, it is unclear how Nigerians without bank accounts, roughly 60% of the population, can access this transfer if at all they are made. Mobile money, the solution being touted across much of sub-Saharan Africa, is not widely used in Nigeria, with about 80 million Nigerians without access to the financial service. The federal government of Nigeria claims it has begun the distribution of the transfers to 5,000 households in Abuja who are given the transfer in physical cash. Is we of RAMINBA, Radical Agenda Movement in the Nigerian NBA, will stand opposed to fresh plans of the government to embark on another total, comprehensive, unnecessary, sociologically indefensible lockdown. The goal that is to amount to double economic and medical